Welcome back. I just tended to my laundry because I like clean clothes, and I had a lot of laundry. It was a heavy laundry basket. Anyways, um, let's get back to this. I've been kind of making, it depends on how, I don't really set out to like have a certain time limit. I mean, sometimes I may, because sometimes I don't want to make them too long, but sit back, relax. Who knows how long I'm going to go with this? If I don't make an hour long one, it's probably going to be like 30, 40 minutes. So get a drink, get your snack, and watch your back because we got a creeper in this story. Here we go. Oh wait, what just happened? Return. I can just return because I didn't stop playing it. Got my water with me. Okay, so we just received news that the boys are staying in Bath, our lovely city. I think it's a city. Yeah. Anywho, okay, this is random, but did our bedroom look like that in the last playthrough? Maybe because, I don't know, it could have. I might just be going crazy. Anyways, we're gonna meet the boys, or accidentally meet them, in the park. Here we go. I laughed loudly at her words as she scurries from the ruin, a wide grin on her face. And here all the memories. That's a lot of bushes and whatnot. That's what he said. That's what she said. Sorry. We arrive at the park soon after. The bright morning sun cascading across the dew-sparkled lawns. Birds continue to tweet softly from the trees. Now, children, when they say tweet, they mean the sound that birds make. They don't mean like tweet like, oh my goodness, this tree is so cool. Hashtag woke, hashtag, the sun is lit. Like, I don't know. Like, just so you kids know, tweet is the supposedly what the sound birds make. It hasn't always been a social media term. I think the birds should sue. Say, hey, that's ours. We tweet all the time, but in a different way. Anyways, I'm talking about social media in a freaking game that takes place, I don't know, 1800s? Maybe I should figure that out. I've only played, this is the 12th part of this game in all total. Anywho, they tweet softly from the trees. The peaceful cheer of it all is enough to make me smile. Oh, you don't look like you're smiling. I've not seen any officers. Calm yourself, Arabella. I'm sure we shall meet them again. I turned to her, her gaze darting from each group of people to the next. I must say, you seem remarkably keen to meet the Colonel, considering you already have engagement plans. Yeah, that's right. She's got engagement plans. I believe I'll be engaged soon. She's like, she's gonna say, I haven't committed yet, I can feel her tense beside me. Not all plans are made to be seen through. Whoa! I step into the path and stare wide-eyed at her. Arabella, do you truly like the Colonel so much? You have known him for so short a time. That doesn't mean there's not fun to be had in his company. For one so concerned with reputation, you could say the most scandalous things at times. Oh, scandalous! Oh, I merely speak my mind. What meaning people take from my words are their own ideas. That's what I should say. If someone goes, your sentence doesn't make sense in your paper, you say, I merely speak my mind. What meaning people take from my words are their own ideas. That's good, Arabella. I should write that crap down. Like if they go, oh, your sentence didn't make sense in this paper, Casey, I go, I merely speak my mind. What meaning people take from my words are their own ideas. And then they're like, shit, I can disagree with that. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. If they say to me, what does this mean? I'm gonna say, what do you think it means? turn it into a psychology course, whether it's a psychology course or not, which I have not taken a psychology course. Actually, I took a, what's it called? What is it called? Philosophy. I've taken a philosophy course. I had to. It was called Logic and Reasoning, and all we did was fill out syllogisms. Those are fun until we reached, like, the last part, because then you were like, I don't know how to do this. And our grade was literally made up of 3 tests, so that was fun. No, it wasn't. Whatever. Anyways, that's a good line. It's a pretty well written visual novel, I have to say. But is that all you see in the Colonel? She grows unusually quiet, suddenly her focus shoots off to the left. The left. To the left. To the left. Oh, look, there's Lady Kittering. I don't think we've met Lady Kittering before. Before I could speak, she moves away towards a small group of women, that group instantly buzzing with chatter. I smile as I watch her go. Why does she, like, not take us over to that group? Like, are we that... Like, Arabella seems so weird at times where you're like, are you ashamed of us? What the heck? You're in our house. We can kick you out, Arabella. And not that we really want to meet a lot of people, but, you know, at least offer. Be like, oh, do you want to meet Kittering or whatever? And then we can say yes or nay. No. Yay or nay. Yes or nay. I know I should join the group, but the idea of making conversation doesn't sit well when I could enjoy the serene surroundings ahead. Okay, so she doesn't want to. She wants to just look around. That's pretty cool. Oh, pretty. As I wander through the park, I make my way to a more secluded path led on by the bird song. And then we run to Creeper. How much you want to bet? Or him. Turning through a crop of trees, I almost stumble, coming upon Captain Blake and Colonel Foxley riding along the path. Oh, they're on horses, but you can't see the horses. You have to imagine them. I'm imagining the horse I rode when I was like 5, 6 years old. And its name was Rainbow, but it was a white horse. It wasn't Rainbow. It wasn't like the one in the Wizard of Oz where it was changing colors. That was the coolest thing, like, when I was little. Well, I loved Wizard of Oz. It was like I watched it multiple times a day, and that's a long movie. That's a little over 2-hour movie. I believe so. It's a long movie, and I would watch it multiple times. This is a little history of me. But one of the coolest things about that movie, I mean, that movie is like, I should probably watch it tonight, actually. It takes me back to my childhood. Like, I just feel like a sense of magic in my soul. My aura is just golden. Anyways, and that was one of the coolest things was I mean, it's such a well done film, and especially for the time period where they, like, it was like the second film in color, I believe. So well done, but like they had a horse. If you guys have not watched it, when you go to Emerald City, there's a horse that changes colors. So like when one shot it's like this it's like, you know, like let's say like purple. One shot it's really cool. Anyways, I get off on little tangents, but I think that was interesting tidbit. But that's just my opinion. They halt their horses just in time, their expressions as shocked as mine. Miss Smythe. Call me Rose. Call me yours. The captain leaps from his horse in a smooth motion and jogs toward me. Are you quite all right? He clasps my arms gently, glancing over me. A sudden touch makes my mouth dry, and I barely manage to squeak out a response. I'm quite fine, Captain, just a little surprised. Es una sorpresa. He gives a nod at my words and realizes his hands are still on me and snatches them back. It's okay, I don't mind a little hand-on-hand contact, but it's scandalous in this time period. It means that you want to marry me. Are you walking alone, Miss Smythe? He's like, where's Arabella? Where's Bella? Where's Ari? Where's Arabella? Before I can respond, Arabella's voice echoes from behind. She's like, ah! Sorry, it was loud. Rose, are you here? Rose, are you here? Oh! Good morning, Arabella. She glances up to meet eyes with the Colonel on his horse. Good morning, Colonel. Ha 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 ha. Some say love, it is Who knows that part from Napoleon Dynamite, the Happy Hands Club? That's another classic scene from a movie. I had a classmate that had like probably every single shirt you could own, like that was sold in stores and had to do with Napoleon Dynamite. Like the one that said "Vote for Pedro," the one that had the Kip song that he sings like post credits to La Fonda, and she had the Happy Hands Club. I need to get a Napoleon Dynamite shirt. I love Napoleon Dynamite. That's another highlight of like my middle school years. I was like 8 when that came out. I think I watched it like when I was 10 maybe. I'm not sure. I probably was 8 when I watched it. Never mind. It came out when I was like 8 or 7. I can't remember. Her gaze drops to their steeds. Oh, what fine creatures. Mine is Rainbow. His name is Rainbow. I can't remember if Rainbow was a boy or a girl. I think it was a boy. I don't know. You like horses? I adore them. Well, of course you do. No. Why does it say no? She doesn't. She's full of Smythe. Of shite. But I keep the thought to myself, happy to watch their cheery exchange. It has been many years since I've ridden, I admit, but then you must do so now. What? She just Peter Pans? This is going to be comedy for us. I would not deny a fellow horse lover the opportunity to ride after so long. Oh well, Colonel, that's not necessary. We can either go, oh, go on, Arabella, you do still love horses after all. But she's not in her riding habit. What? Say nothing. Do we throw her under the bus? Because she's lying? Or do we kind of go, oh, but she's not ready, like... If she really doesn't want to, she'll talk her way out of it. We should just go, oh, go on, Arabella, you do still love horses after all. She throws me a glare when I cannot help but giggle at as the Colonel leaves from his horse. Though it would seem her dislike of horses drains away when Foxley takes her hand. Aww. See, it was low-key a good thing because Foxley's gonna make her like horses, and, you know, sometimes you just have to face... Oh, sorry. Your fears. These two move towards his horses, the sun now dappling through the canopy of the crop of trees we are standing in. Dappling. And what of you, Miss Smythe? What of me? Would you care what? Of course she would. With flinches Arabella calls to us. If I'm enjoying a ride, she will as well. Then I suppose it is settled. I don't know what the matter with me. I was gonna totally take a ride on Rainbow. And rocket it to the moon! Sorry, now it's more of like a powerful Rainbow the horse, dang. I walk slowly to the side of his horse, running my hand over the creature's sleek neck as I go. He is beautiful. He is Rainbow. Watch them have a name for it, and then I'm gonna be like, oh crap, well, it's Rainbow in my eyes. I rename these characters all the time. I call them things that are not their real names, or I call them nicknames. Like, I don't care. This is how I play. The horse is pure black, heavy feathering around its feet, and a mane so long it's almost obscured to its eyes. Well, my Rainbow was white, but it's okay if it's pure black. That sounds pretty, like a pretty horse. Well, as Michael Jackson said, it don't matter if you're black or white. My Rainbow was white, a white horse. I had some black flecks, I think, on him. And this horse is black. That's cool. I rarely see this breed used for riding, only for pulling carriages. His small smile seems to widen at my observation. That is true, but he did not take to the harness and was to be destroyed. Aw, he saved Rainbow! Yay! It was a cruel fate for one just because it did not conform to what they expected of it. Yes! Preach! Preach. This reminds me of The Giver, where they would kill babies if they had like a birth deformity. Kind of reminds me of like the Spartan, like when they would have a kid, it had to be strong and all that, and they would like send you off to training. Like if you were a boy, that is, you were sent off to like military type training when you were like 10 or something, or you were pretty young, and they'd be like, go train. It's like, no. Some information I've learned from school that has stayed in my head. Bathe their children in wine. I know that. That's the truth. Spartans bathed their kids in wine. I was not bathed in wine. I was bathed in water, and I think some baby soap. Yeah. Anyways, I go off topic again. Suddenly I wonder if he is still speaking of the heart. I'm so sorry. I'm still recovering from being up all night. Not up all night, but I was up late at Not Scary Farm, and it was lit. I shake my thoughts away as the captain steps close behind me. Here, let me help you. His strong hands slip around my waist. Oh! And I bounce from the ground as he lifts me onto the saddle. I settle myself into the task a little harder than normal without my proper riding habit. Thank you, Captain. I look down at him from the height of the horse, much taller than I had guessed. Shall we? I give a nod and hold the saddle as Blake takes the reins to begin leading me around the park. Leaving the small crop of trees, we head into the main park, the sun now shining brightly. The captain keeps the horse at a steady pace, quite a way behind Arabella and the colonel. It is a beautiful morning. It is. Though his response is short, he glances up at me, and I realize it is the most relaxed I've seen him. Aw, see? We relaxed him. We're cool. We're cool. I hear your regiment is staying in Bath for the whole season now? The ease is quickly replaced by stiff tension. He looks back to the path. Why is he... What? You're not happy to be remaining? It is what has been ordered, and I shall follow my duty. But that order obviously doesn't please you. If you don't want to stay, then don't. Please don't hold back your enthusiasm on my account. You are a true soldier. I mean, if you don't want to stay, yeah, then don't. Do what you want. If you don't wish to stay, then don't. I'm surprised when he gives a hollow chuckle. Those are words spoken by someone who has the privilege to do as they wish. Most of us are not so fortunate. If I simply left, as you say, then I would be deemed a deserter. Oh yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, I should have said you're a true soldier. Let's go back. I'm gonna say you're a true soldier. True soldier, Captain. I would hope so. Though I could be more so if your orders were to protect and serve, rather than ensure my boots are shined to impress in society. Aw. That's why he's kind of he wants to do stuff. He doesn't want to just be chilling in society and look pretty and be like, I'm a soldier. I don't know. I arch my brows a little at his sudden outburst. He flicks his gaze to meet mine, obviously as shocked himself. I apologize. I did not mean to voice my thoughts so abruptly. You seem to be able to pull my deepest thoughts from me without any prompting. I am pleased to hear such a thing. He seems surprised by my statement, and I give a smile to ease the tension. I prefer you to be relaxed in my company, Captain, and voice your thoughts. That is quite the statement, Miss Smythe. I can feel my heart pounding fast in my chest as his gaze locks onto mine. I no longer know if it is the sun that is heating my skin so much or the way the captain is staring. Rainbow! Ruining my moment. The horse suddenly whinnies, and the captain snaps his focus away. We should continue on, Lady Ashburn. Foxley have gone far ahead. He speeds his steps, the horse following suit. Okay. We catch up with Arabella and the colonel. Not long after, in the same patch of trees we had originally set off from. What a most enjoyable time. I cannot remember the last time I enjoyed a morning ride so much. Even though you were not the one riding Foxley? Yes, well, all the same, it was wonderful. I agree, Colonel. Now will you oblige me and help me down? He gives a pleased nod and turns to Arabella, wrapping his arms about her to help her to the ground. I smile at the pair, twisting in the saddle to dismount myself, having had much more experience with riding than Arabella. I ease myself onto the ground, brushing down the creases in my skirt when I land on the grass beneath. The horse then nudges its head into my back. Dang, Rainbow! Its gentle motion, but much stronger than expected, sending me stumbling forwards. Ah! Oof! He captured me. This is kind of a weird, usually these, like, close-up illustrations look better. Like, this doesn't really look like our, characters that much. Like, that doesn't look like him, and our nose doesn't really look like that. I don't know, it's strange. Before I am sent tumbling onto my knees, a strong arm curls around me. I glance up to find Captain Blake holding me steady. His hand spreads against my back, and it's almost as though I can feel the heat of his skin against mine through my clothing. I apologize. He enjoys being fussed after a ride. It's quite all right, Captain. I take a steadying breath, trying to calm the sudden fluttering in my stomach. I almost lose my breath when his arm tightens around me, pressing me closer against him. Then his arms tense, his eyes shift away, and he lets me go. He quickly turns to his horse, scratching the creature behind its ears. I smile at the sight, his tension seeming to fade as he fusses the horse. There really was most delightful time, the best ride I've ever enjoyed. Probably the only ride, Arabella. I would be glad to oblige you with another in the future, should you wish it. And I would be most obliged to accept. Oblige. Foxy's like, I'm in love. He's so red. I watch the scene with a smile, but eventually step forward to interrupt before they are both completely lost to each other. We should return home. Arabella, do you not have correspondence to attend to? What's that? My statement shocks her from gazing. Oh, of course. Then until we meet again. The two give deep bows and we return it with curtsies. As the captain makes a stand, I find his attention on me, the fact making my smile widen. Smile. Now it is Arabella's turn to interrupt. Shall we, Rose? She wraps her arm in mine and leads me away, the captain turning back to Foxley as we do. So, when we return, we are greeted by a maid who takes our hats and coats. So you have an interest in horses now, do you? Arabella turns to me with a wry smile. Yes, I felt quite the interest stirring. And what was that before or after the colonel offered you to ride his? We both give a laugh that echoes about the room, soon drowned out by Johnson's heavy footsteps. Miss Smythe, Lady Ashburn, you have visitors. Visitors? But we're not expecting anywhere. Oh, holy mother of Smythe, it's going to be the Huntingtons, and we're going to kick them out. We're not going to let them in. I just know it is. I know it. They're just going to show up because everybody knows where everyone lives. Ugh. No. You guys, this scares me. I hope it's not the creeper. I have a feeling it is, though. Arabella shakes her head in response. We enter the drawing room quickly, only to be greeted by two stiff faces. Stiff means only one thing. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And we get serious music. Lord Walter Huntington and his mother, Lady Thomasina Huntington. Huntington Beach. No, there's a connection. Oh, God. She's like, why won't you date my son? Why'd you let them in my house? I do not want Creeper 1 and Creeper 2. Lady has settled herself into the armchair. Her son stood behind it like a bird perched on her shoulder. We managed to school the obvious surprise from our faces and drop into small curtsies. Do you keep all guests waiting so long, Miss Smythe? Weren't expecting guests. We were out. What the heck? She's got the brass to say that? We were out walking, having a stroll in the park and riding Rainbow, the majestic horse. Like, what the heck? Only some, Lady Huntington. I apologize. Yeah, no, we're not apologizing. You should have sent word and we would have been... Exactly. Like, what the heck? You should have sent word, lady, then I would have been here promptly. You would expect me to go out of my way to do it? That's what people do. You send your carrier pigeon if you don't have a freaking phone. And you go, hey, I'm gonna be... Is it cool if I drop by your house? I have something to chat about. I'm sorry. And then, you know, like, you be civilized adults about it. Like, do these people seriously think that, like, they're so, like, famous and wealthy that they can just do whatever the frick they want? Like, you can't just come into my freaking house. What the heck? You expect me to go out of my way to do such a thing? Yeah? Because that's what people do. Ugh, they're pissing me off. I like Blake, but, like, I hate these people. I wrap my fingers together in uncertainty of her sudden sharp tone. She waves away my obvious... Why is she all pissed? When I call, I should hope you to be in whether I said a word or no. I'm gonna kick this biatch out. Why is she all salty? Like, she's coming into my house uninvited, unannounced, and is just gonna be like, do you keep everyone waiting? It's like, if I would have known you were like, what the heck? I do not voice my opinion on how I should predict her visits, instead just giving a small nod. But I did not come to speak of the etiquette of visitations. So if I, like, just showed up at your house, that's okay? Like, when, in the morning, like, right when you wake up, I go, and I'm staring at you, and I go, we're here, like, jeez. Arabella and I both take the seat opposite her. I can't help but feel Creeper's sharp gaze on me as I move, as I shift a little away. How can we help you, lady? I have come to interview Miss... What the interview? Lady always likes to help anyone she can during the season, so ensures she gets to know the people who enter the town. You're gonna come into my house to interview me? I am so angry right now. I'm so into this game. I hate these people. These people, I mean, that's a strong word, but these people are so, ugh. Like, ugh, and they're fake. But there are probably people like this back in the day and now. Like, what the heck? It seems little more than an excuse for poking into people's private lives, but I remain quiet and stare at myself. What do you wish to know? Rose, I feel like we would be like, what? Bish what? Interview me? I think not. Gosh. Our questions are little more than general ones about my life and person. Will I be staying for the whole season? Have I made many acquaintances so far? What social events do I intend to frequent? But 10 minutes in interviewing, the questions turned rather more probing than I expected. Why was I away? Definitely no family in trade? Any scandals within distant relations? Even Arabella seems taken aback by the invasive nature of the questions. Why are we even... Ooh. Refuse to answer them, answer all of them, or ask if the I'm gonna refuse. Bish. I'm afraid, Lady Huntington, that these questions press into my person more than what is considered polite. Raise your eyebrows. I don't give a dang. The woman offers a long, uncertain look, her son obviously surprised by my... Are you really surprised? We've, like, rejected you, like, 500 times. Twice in one night, at least. But both of their expressions soon fade. I suppose there are, though not many would dare state as such. Because we're rebels. We don't give a shiznit. I hold her gaze before finally glancing away, having made my point. You have satisfied my curiosity enough for today. We shall take our... Yeah, you'll get the frick out. Before exiting, Lady glances over her shoulder. I am holding a select dinner gathering at my residence the week after next. You shall obviously be attending. No, we're not gonna go. It wasn't a question. She doesn't give me a chance to respond before sweeping out of the room. Creeper steps closer toward me, taking my hand in his... Ew! I shall be waiting for our next meeting with bated breath. Is this guy serious? Jeez. It's like... He's like Dandy Mott of this story. Right? like, he's kind of like Dandy. If you guys have watched American Horror Story, in season 4, I believe, it's called Freak Show. Or is that 5? 5 is Hotel. Okay, 6 is, what, Cult? Yeah, it should be, Freak Show is 4. And there's a guy played by Finn Wittrock, I think is how you say his last name. And there's a spoiled psychopath rich kid named Dandy Mott. And he's anything but dandy. There's some irony in his name. He is Dandy. Like, that's perfect. Like, he's like the rich, spoiled psychopath that's like obsessed with his mother. Yeah, this is perfect. Like, that's Dandy. He's Creeper Dandy. He bows his head thankfully, this time not attempting to kiss me. Thank God. With a final inspecting glance over me, he turns on his heel to leave as well. Can we get locks? Did they have locks during this time period? Lock it up, Johnson. Don't let anybody in that has a last name Huntington. Came up with that right now, and it rhymes. Johnson can remember it, and we'll be safer. I will take that candle thing on the freaking wall and cut a bish, okay? Cut a Lady Huntington. I feel so strongly. Ugh, it's not until the front door clicks shut that I fall back onto the seat, followed slowly by Arabella. Okay, well that was all rather unexpected. How rude of her to come to my house and demand such answers. Yeah, I think she wanted to know more about me than even my own family. I hope she was satisfied, but how rude of her. How rude. In the words of Stephanie Tanner, how rude of her coming to my house and demand such answers. I let out a sharp, annoyed breath. When I glanced at Arabella, she seemed to be lost in her own worried thoughts. Are you alright? I was just pondering Lady's motives. Motives? She never brings her son to these meetings usually, and those questions. Yeah, she's trying to see if I'm a fit wife, which, obviously, after our first meeting, I'm obviously gonna be mean to her, or I'm obviously not gonna take her crap. So, like, why would she? It's like, it's already made clear I don't like her or her son, but but the son's probably like, but I love her, and she's probably like, but he's, so, yeah, that's probably why she even did it. She shakes out of uncertainty, giving a smile instead. Never mind in my thoughts. What we should be excited is the fact that we just received personal invitation from Lady. No! We're not going. You go. I'm not gonna go. This makes her smile widening, the woman practically bouncing with joy. I do not believe I know of anyone who has garnered such a thing. It wasn't so much an invitation as a demand. She waves away my words with a flick of her wrist. Why should we have refused anyway? I do not reply, though the feeling I am upon in some scheme concocted by Lady is hard to shake. The next morning, Arabella is keen to head out to the park early, hoping to tell everyone she meets about the personal invite from Lady Huntington. She cranes her neck as we walk, searching through the trees for sight of Oopsie. I don't believe there could be a soul left in this park, in this town, in fact, who has not heard of the invitation, Arabella. You have certainly let it be very well known. Arabella, this woman is puke walking, okay? We do not need invitation. We have 2 guys. We have a colonel and a captain that love us. We have men in our lives. We should keep seeing them. We should be on a double date with them during this freaking party, because we do not need it. Okay? I'm preaching. Do you hear me? I want to shake the screen so they can shake Arabella. Arabella! Gosh, I'm so into this. She glances at me with a quirked brow before giving a smile of her own. Oh, I'm not here for just anyone. Colonel Foxley. I suddenly understood. He told me his unit would be training this morning in the park as their current residence does not have space for it. So you thought to lend your support? Of course. The echo of shouts and banging comes from an area not far away. Can we borrow a gun? No, we're not gonna. Oh, it's like shooting practice. That's kind of cool. I wonder if they have any targets. Can we borrow one so we can, like, practice with them? You know, just get a feel for it, see what it's like. We shift along the edge of the tree, not wanting to get in the way should we stumble upon the soldiers mid-practice. Oh yeah, that'd be bad. And we know our girl, spoiler alert, if you have not watched the previous playthrough. I'm just telling you, like, mute this for like 10 seconds. But we especially do not want to be in their mid-practice because Arabella got shot towards the end of the last playthrough with Larry Bear, so we do not want that to happen. I don't think I could take it. I mean, I'm already like all angry with this lady Huntington Beach over here. Emphasis on beach. It has two meanings. It's not far until we spot them, or rather hear them. The shouts of the men barely echo over the clashes of swords. Oh, they have swords! Yes! Swords! More swords! The soldiers are sparring against one another. You hear that? Nice. Soldiers are sparring against one another. The usual attire of bright red uniforms is discarded for simple shirts on favor. Though such a sight would have made some ladies swoon, it is not until I spot Captain Blake that I feel a rush of heat over my skin. Arabella either does not see my blushes or ignores them, instead calling out to Foxley stood close by. Oh, Colonel! I thought he had a shirt on. What? Arabella, Miss Smythe. Why can't you just call me Rose? It's like the flower, you know? He gives a smile, bow of his head, and we bob curtsies in response. What an unexpected pleasure. It most certainly is. We were simply taking a walk, and we heard some commotion. What a delight that we should meet you. We also heard that we were sweaty men who might take off their simple shirts. Sorry. Did I not tell you that we would be training here today? Did you? I simply cannot remember. She tries to play it off like, oh yeah, we're just meeting by chance. She slides her knowing gaze my way, and I barely hold back a chuckle. Well, that matters not now. You are here. You're not training with the rest of the soldiers, Colonel? Oh, that's why he's not in his thing. He used the question as an excuse to look back at the men, specifically Blake. It seems hard to place my gaze anywhere but on him. I am simply here to command today. Such a pity. I would have liked to witness your capability. Oh, yes, he's fought many pirates. Lots of piratas, okay? The poor man stumbles for words after Arabella's rather bold statement. Even I am a little taken aback by her forwardness. Well, she's forward. She gets what she wants, and she has to let everybody know of a friggin' invitation to the devil herself. House. Once again, it seems I am forgotten by them both as they continue with such rather flirtatious banter. Unsure how to extract myself from their company, I simply glance away, finding my own gaze locking onto Blake's. Foxley suddenly seems to notice where my eyes have fallen and calls out to the captain to join us. No. We never see their wow. We never get to see, like, any skin. Nice. Even though it kind of looks a bit weird, but much appreciated. It's eye candy, y'all. Of course you remember Lady Ashburn and Miss Smythe, Guy. Of course. He is to bow me curtsy in return. His breathing is heavy, his words slightly hoarse from the exercise, and sweat beads on his chest, visibly beneath a slightly open shirt. I clear my throat to distract myself from gazing too long. Is he shimmering in the light, Rose? Is he shimmering? Is the sweat glistening? The light glistening off the sweat? You know, Colonel, I do not believe I have seen soldiers training. Then I shall explain the motions to you. Offers his arm to her, which she is quick to take, and the two move off before either Blake or I can protest. The captain moves to stand closer, apparently not wishing me to look as though I'm standing alone at the edge of the park. He remains quiet, though I can still hear his breathing as he tries to calm himself from his exertion of training. We can say, I did not expect to ever see you look so disheveled. He looks good. Like, what? I am glad to see you less strict. I suddenly felt a little overdressed. Feel a little. Keep a gaze anywhere but his chest. I'm gonna say less strict. I see less strict captain in appearance and manner. He glances at him down at himself, apparently only now realizing his state of dress. I apologize, did not expect company or would have remained in uniform. Aw, it's cool. We're just chilling in the park. I said I was glad of it, Captain, and I meant it. We mean what we say. I always speak. Yes, you see the serious face that fell across her face? You see that? I always speak my mind. Yes. Yes, Rose. Rebel Rose. In the hizzy. Look at that cute smile. Keep it going. Yes, I'm beginning to see that. If it is a trait I rather admire about you. As soon as the words leave his lips, he glances away and clears his throat. I'm kidding. I also shift my gaze, unsure of my sudden boldness. Arabella's forwardness is rubbing off on me. Hey, Rose. You're Rebel Rose. Don't forget that. He shifts further towards me as a couple passes us by on the path. His close proximity makes my skin prickle with heat, so I talk to try and quell the excited feeling. Do you train often? What is it, like every Thursday, every Friday? Because I'll be there. As often as we can, though that is somewhat limited by the space in town. It is just the limited space or the people that you dislike about Bath. Both, I suppose. I grew up in a busy town surrounded by more people than should live in one small area. Oh, he grew up in like a when there is kind of like when back in the day when like so many people were, I guess, coming to the US, and so they were like putting like multiple families in one small apartment built like place. So it kind of reminds me of that, you know? There's like a bunch of pictures of that. It's pretty interesting. The thought of living somewhere such as the countryside appeals to me vastly. I cannot. Well, we were just from the country. Let's go back. But what about you, Miss Smythe? Do you enjoy town? I have heard it has not appealed to you for some years. I much prefer staying at the country estate. Actually, I've enjoyed being in town. Town and country both have their merits. I'm going to say I much prefer staying at the country. Because he seems to like the country. There are far too many egos to be contained in this town. Yeah, I agree. Yes, we're blossoming. I think after we talk to Captain Blake, we're going to end it. But, because we have to prepare ourselves mentally for that, a dinner that we're probably going to be forced to go to. I hope there's an option where we can be like, nah, I'm going to leave. Because her son is just going to make all those creepy, like, flirtatious things. And we're going to be like, ew. And we're going to, like, grab a sword or something. And if we have to, we'll defend ourselves. Call us machete. Though I suppose not coming to town at all would have not have allowed you to meet new people. His long smile becomes a little more meaningful, and I can't help but smile back. A couple of the soldiers started to call out Blake, making me jump. His focus quickly flicks towards the ground, though I notice a slight blush on his cheeks. But he's gone the next moment. Please excuse me. Of course. I give a small curtsy as he bows his head before he jogs back towards a melee of training soldiers. As he returns to the crowd, I watch as some of the men pull Blake into their ranks. Yeah, he needs to practice. Sorry, we're like distracting you. They bow their heads in obvious whispers, and I tense when a couple of them gesture towards me before giving small chuckles. Blake nudges them away, but throws a glance over shoulders so full of intensity that I fear my knees may buckle. And that is why you must attend, Colonel. Okay. Mariposa's voice draws me away from the captain's gaze, and I turn to find her incautiously heading back towards me. So we'll save it here. Boom. And we'll see you in the next one. And hopefully we get rid of the freaking creeper family once and for all. Have a nice night. I'll see you soon. Peace out.